Good morning, good morning, good morning, my beautiful diamonds. Let's talk about the truth about liars. And what made me want to talk about this topic is I woke up this morning and I was looking at Dr. Phil. I love Dr. Phil. I love him. God, I love him. A lot of people feel I got to tone this lipstick down a bit. Hold on a moment. Let's just blot a moment. Yeah. We got to tone that way down. I always try to make my makeup look similar to anchor newswomen. And what is her name? Tamron Hall. She wears her makeup beautifully. Oh, yes. But anyway, when it comes to the truth about liars, they did a survey and they said that men lie 6 times more than women. Women lie 3 times maybe a day or what have you, a week. Men lie 6 times a day, at least 6 times a day, after studies and statistics and research has been done. I'm going to pin Dr. Phil, the truth about liars, and majority of the time, like this man, he lied and said that he had cancer, of his testicles or what have you. He had cancer, and he was lying about this. He lost his job, didn't tell the wife that he had lost his job for like 6 months. He was getting up early in the morning each day, pretending to go to work, hanging out at the library, doing other things that he had no business doing. His lies, he's a pathological liar. And then when they ask him, why is it that you lie so much? First he says, I don't know. But Dr. Phil said, no, you know why. Now figure it out. Because personally, me, when I have people who want to say, I don't know, when it comes to very serious questions, if I had my way, I would lock them up in jail. And you'll get out of jail when you figure out the answer. Okay? And I already pretty much, when I ask you a question, I already know the answer ahead of time. I just want to see how truthful you're going to be. Okay? Now, he said the reason why he lies is because he wants to make himself look better and because he wants to have his way and get what he wants, regardless of how much it may hurt other people. And then he has this smirk on his face, and Dr. Phil is saying, why do you smile when you say, oh yeah, I feel sorry about what I did, but yet you have a smile on your face? And the reason why you're smiling that way, it has nothing to do with you being sorry about what you did. You feel that you got away with it and that you made a fool out of someone. And I love Dr. Phil for the fact that he will call you out. And that's what a lot of these, like on divorce court, if I was to be like the judge and I had to handle these situations, I would go for the jugular. I would go straight. I'm not sugarcoating this and talking about, oh, you in counseling and you trying to work through this and all of this. And one of the things I will never accept as an answer, and you constantly hear it from women, why do you put up with it? What's the number one answer that they say? Let me see. Let me see if you've heard it too, and you're just as sick of it as I am. Yep, you guessed it. Because I love him. You don't love him. You don't even love yourself. It's codependency, fear of having to stand on your own and trusting God in Christ, because you don't really have faith in Jesus. You don't really think that Jesus can protect you, provide for you, lead you, and teach you. No, you rather put your trust in these shallow, superficial, fickle, imperfect, dusty dudes. You rather trust them. And also it's trauma bonding. Trauma bonding. It's any and everything, but a damn sure is not love. You can never love anyone until you love yourself first. Okay? So if I was on these shows, don't come over here talking about because I love him. That answer is never acceptable. Now let's cut through the meat and get to the gravy. Why are you really with him? Because I already know why you're with him. I already know why. I gotta have a man. What will society think? Life is not worth living unless I have a man. I bought into this patriarchal Women are supposed to want to be married and have kids. And you're sitting up here buying into all this bullery. It has nothing to do with love. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of men know it. They know when they're not loved genuinely. They know when you're just desperate. They know when you just want to say, look, I got a man. I have value now. Look at me. Do I have any worth now? Because I'm so pitiful and I'm so pathetic. You see, I'm getting passionate about this, right? But I'm going to pin the video in the description area or the comments. I'll pin it in the comments. So it's the first thing you'll see when you check it out. And I love the way Dr. Phil got on this woman's behind. He asked her, how long have you known this man? 12 years. So after the first year, you knew that he was a pathological liar. Am I correct? Yes. And by the second year, you was sure about it, right? She said, yes, I knew. I was in no doubt. I wasn't fooled or deceived. I knew he was a liar. And then Dr. Phil went on to say, but then, like 10 years or 11 years, you decided to have a baby with this man? Why would you do that? So Dr. Phil had to ask her, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that? And you know what? I don't know. I don't know. Because I kept hoping that he would change. And Dr. Phil said, change based on what, sweetheart? You're constantly rewarding bad behavior. There's no consequences for his lies and his bad and his poor treatment of you. And now you brought a child into this situation. He's ripping her a new one too. And he should. He should. Because all of this nonsense that these women keep signing up for, and then they want to act like they're victims, you're not a victim. The court system is getting sick of these women. They have domestic violence situation. You know what the court do? They give the man a little slap on his hand and send him right back out there and free him. Because they know she's going to take him back. All he got to do is blow some smoke up her behind. I'm sorry. I love you. That's all you got to do. Throw her a crumb of attention. Say, I love you and I'm sorry. Dudes, that's what works with these women out here. Nut jobs. Those are the type of women that don't care about their children. They don't care about the next generation. They don't care about messing up the quality of life for all women all over the world. They don't care. They only care about themselves. You're constantly rewarding these men for their bad behavior. He lies, you keep him in. He cheats, you keep him. He sits up there and got you doing the financial heavy lifting. He's still right there in your home. He abuses you constantly, emotionally and mentally, along with financially. And guess what? What are the consequences, ma'am? You know what the consequences are? There are none. And Dr. Phil, he's bringing it home. That's right. You got women. I'm going to post that, also pin that along with what I have of all the crap. Alcoholic husbands, drug addict husbands, husbands that don't work, sexless marriages, man haven't touched you in eons because, of course, he's sleeping with someone else. And don't just take my word for it, honey. I always like to back up things. Here we go. Yeah. This man don't love you. He don't even like you. And guess what? He's still there. No consequences whatsoever. You know why you have the sex-starved wife? He's given all of his attention and affection to his side piece. And when I say peace, I spell it P-E-A-C-E because he finds peace with her. You're just his domestic slave. He's comfortable having you do everything. There's no consequences for his bad behavior. You feed him like this wife. She's been doing the financial heavy lifting. I'll show it to you. I already posted one where a man, he's a husband. He was getting food stamps on the side. Didn't even let his wife know he was getting food stamps. She's doing all the bills, paying the bills. I mean, come on, ladies, come on. Anyway, I will post better yet pinned. And don't forget, this is real, sweetheart. This is very real. Okay? I rest my case. I'm done. Leave these men alone. How hard is that? How hard is it?